Thank you to our sponsors, Liberty, for obviously sponsoring our show. Right, guys, let's carry on. So the next question, calculate the gross profit for the year ended 31st of May 2014. Now remember, guys, when you're calculating gross profit, obviously you're looking at sales and cost of sales, but when you're using the periodic inventory system, remember there is no cost of sale. So you've got to use opening stock, purchases, closing stock, carriage and purchases in order for you to calculate your gross profit. Right, so the method I'm choosing to do this calculation is the ledger account, and I'm going to draw up the trading account as part of my calculation. So remember, guys, trading account, calculating your gross profit. Right, so let's start off with sales. So our sales for the year, so if we go back to the table, right, we are given the number of units that were sold, which is 450 units, and the selling price was fixed. It didn't change for the year, 6,750. So obviously sales is calculated by taking number of units sold, 450, times the selling price, 6,750, to give us total sales of, let's do that quickly on our calculators. You guys make sure you're working with me, times 6,750, and that gives us an amount of 3,037,500. So let's just take that through to our answer sheet. So we've got total sales, 3,037,500. Right, sales calculated. The next item is our closing stock. So remember, guys, closing stock goes on the credit side of your trading account, and your closing stock was the figure that we calculated earlier on. So remember, the value of stock unsold, 1,013,225. So let's fill that in, 101,325. And remember, guys, even if you may have made a mistake with the calculation, this is normally a method mark. You're not going to get penalized twice. Then on the debit side of this account, our opening stock. So at the beginning of the year, the value of our opening stock, an amount of 240,000. Okay, so let's fill that in, 240,000. Then we've got purchases, and remember here, always remember to subtract any returns. So our purchases was given to us. We don't have to calculate it because it's given to us. So laptops purchased during the year, the total value spent in terms of purchases, 2,606,000. Okay, so let's take that through. So 2,606,000. And remember, they were returns, so I've got to minus any returns. So the returns, there were 5 laptops that were returned from February's purchase. So remember, in February, these 5 laptops, the cost price was 4,200. And remember, there's no refund on the delivery fee. So our value of our return would be, okay, let's just move that. Okay, all right, guys, just make sure you following. So we obviously had 5 laptops. I'll just clear that. So 5 laptops at a cost price of 4,500, and that gives us an amount of 22,500. I think there's a mistake there. Let me just quickly check. It was 4,200. Okay, so 5 times 4,200. Okay, and that looks correct, an amount of 21,000. Okay, so minus 21,000. right? And if we take our net purchases minus 21,000, or total purchases rather, which is 2,606,000 minus 21,000, and that should give us an amount of 2,585,000. So 2,585,000. Okay. Right, then what else do we need to show? We need to show carriage on purchases. Okay, so carriage and purchase was as follows, right? Remember, the business pays a fee, a delivery fee of 35 Rand per laptop. No refund was granted for the laptops returned. So your total purchases during the year, 630 units, right? And your carriage was 35 Rand per laptop. So your total carriage, let's get that calculator out, 630 times 35 Rand, and your total carriage is 22,050. So let's just fill that in, 22,050. Just make sure, guys, you show your calculations the way I am. Don't just write down your final answer, because as you can see, you're getting lots of marks just by showing your calculations. Okay, right, so we're now ready to calculate our gross profit. So remember, your gross profit is simply adding everything on the credit side minus whatever you have on the debit side, and that will be your gross profit. Okay, the correct account is your profit and loss account, but because it's a calculation, it's not necessary for me to write profit and loss. I'm just writing gross profit. Right, so let's just do that. Let's quickly add up on the credit side. So we've got 3,037,500. Okay, that looks right. Plus the 101,322.5. Okay, and that gives us a total of, okay, and then remember, we are now subtracting whatever we have on the debit side, so minus the 240,000, okay, minus the 2,585,000, and then finally minus the carriage, 22,050, and that gives us a gross profit of 1,203,675 Rand. Okay, so 1,203,675. Okay, and usually that would be a method mark, just in case you made a mistake in the other figures. Right, so as you can see, guys, not difficult, quite straightforward.